Well, this is going to be interesting. Good morning, everyone. I have no idea where I'm showing up. I'm just going to get my Facebook on the iPad because what I've done is press some buttons again. Something didn't work, and I'm actually trying something completely different this morning in that it looks like I'm trying it. I'm trying this from direct through restream.io studio. I'm in their studio, sharing to 4 different destinations. I'm going to my YouTube channel, my rosboundy profile I gather in Facebook, and the rosboundy page in Facebook, and also my Twitch, I think. Looking at that, it seems like it. Can't hear me okay. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, let me have a look, because it's the first time I've used Extreme. Let's have a look. Settings. Right. It could be that there is not. No, none of it's muted. So, I don't know. Can you hear me yet? Can you hear me yet? Can you hear me? Oh, God, I don't know what's happened there. I need to go back to that one. Hold on a second. I'm in the wrong profile here. I don't know how to do this silly stuff on an iPad. I'm trying to get out of my profile now. I want my own. There we go. That's back. You can now? You can hear me now? Oh, good. Now that's the fiddling stopped. I'll just double check on my iPad. No, see, I can't see any comments up on that. So you're on my iPad profile page. I shall try to go back to my Be Live later and figure out what it was I pressed wrong or otherwise. I'm going to be playing with a few buttons, that's all. So I can see at least that I'm live. Shaz, you can hear me. I don't know whether with Restream, whether I can put the comments on the screen. I can. Yes. Well, there you go. I've never gone to any destination. I've never done a live stream directly through Restream. What I've usually done is gone through Ecamm and done it that way. So it was a bit of a surprise when I had the buttons there and it came up with in the Restream studio. So that's, at least I'm learning a few new things. Good morning, Kim. I'm playing around with buttons again. It's a Sunday. I'm allowed to. We've got the time, haven't we? We have also got some branding there. There it is. It shows that it is through Restream Studio. Well, that's interesting. Yes, I can see that on my iPad. Interesting. So there we go. I'll get used to it, I suppose. So what I'm going to do is go to the cards and take a little bit of time sharing those with you, because I've got just a slightly different layout again. Oh, hang on, I've got to hide that. Oh, tricky one showing the comments here. Yes, it is. And you're flying out soon, Shaz. Which comment have I got? It's not easy to line up where the comments are to show them. So there's a bit of a clicking sound when I talk. Not sure why that is. Hang on a sec. What if I mute this? You tell me if you can hear me. Am I still being heard? Because what I've done is muted the microphone in the Ecamm, but not in the Restream. It could have been just a slight movement and that type of thing. So Kim or Shaz, if you can let me know, can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me? Good. It might have been that. Yeah, good. And Shaz, you're flying out soon, so you're boarding the plane in a sec. Cool. It would take a bit to get used to this little duva that says like the show and the hide thing. It's quite different to my Be Live. See, now I've got that. Oh, might get used to it, might. But I really like my Ecamm. I really like my Be Live. So there you go. It was just in desperation because the I clicked something wrong in the Be Live, and it wasn't working under its own steam. So that's just part and parcel of what sometimes happens, isn't it? Right, go back to the restream. So it is a bit glitchy. You'll go out and come back in. Look, I think it may be mine, but refresh your screen if it's not showing, if it's not doing something properly. I might continue with this, and let me know if it's too glitchy, and I'll go straight through to the eCam and do it that way. That may be the better method. Okay, so just let me do that. It's only a matter of going out and again. Not a big deal. Okay, what I've got when I switch around to the cards, and this should work. Yes. Yep. So cool. What I've got 7 cards today, and I decided to do that so that we can set up for those who only sort of pop in, who may only pop in on a Sunday looking through this type of thing and want some guidance for the full week. So this is what I've actually done for the day for this morning. I've decided to do it as a full week. 7 cards. It's using the Mystical Lenormand, this deck here. So you can see it's there, the cover. It is a bit too far away, isn't it? So it is the Mystical Lenormand, the fortune cards of Marie and Lenormand, and the artwork by Edmund someone. Let's get, oh no, Urban. And of course, this isn't going to focus properly. Let's see. Urban Trush, whatever that is. So there you go. So that's the deck. I'll just leave that up there in the corner so you can see it if you want to compare. Okay, good morning to you, Caitlin. As you might be able to see, I'm using a slightly different way of getting into the live this morning. A very interesting series of pressing buttons I had to do, so there you go. But it's all good. What I'm going to do through each of the 7 cards, this is the guidebook. I'm going to read the little guidebooks from each of these as I go through. So I figured what we'd do, this would be today, this would be tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday again. Okay, so I figured that's how we do them. So what we've got is the Tower, we have the Child, we've got Stork, we've got Sun, we've got Lady or Woman, we've got Anchor, and we've got Mice. So these cards don't actually have they don't actually have the word under them. You need to know the number, or see the number and know the number of the card, and work it from there if you can't work out what the photo is, what the picture is, I mean. So I'm just wondering if I can actually zoom in now that we've got the overall, and I shall move the camera focus around to which one we're at. So as the first one that we're looking at today, that's as far as I can actually go with. Oh, I know how to do that. Pull the table toward me. Silly me. Okay. And right, so you can hear, oh, just noticing the comments, you can hear me, but it's not as smooth as usual. Yeah, the thing with it, with going through this method, I'm going direct through Restream, but because I'm using eCam as a virtual camera, it's got the 2 channels to go through, so it takes a bit more of the computer resources, and possibly why it takes a bit more, it's got a bit of a glitchiness because Restream then sends it out to all these 4 destinations, so it's almost like it's a 3-step rather than a 2-step. Caitlin, you're saying cool there, so yeah, look, you know me, I give it a go. As you can tell, I do give it a go. So for today, we've got, in today's energy, what we've got there is the Tower, and you can see that that's card number 19. You can hear me rolling over the pages of this little guidebook, and I've decided to do this for the next couple of times, just when we've got time, is because even though I don't use guidebooks when I do readings, so it really is just looking at the card and feeling what the energy is that I'm picking up with spirit connection for what that card means in that instance for that person's reading. So that's usually how I take it. Now, with doing a group one like we're doing here, as far as the reading goes, it's like it's a uh, I sort of thought, well, the person who created the deck has put their interpretation on it, and it would be good to actually honour it by at least saying what they have put as their definition or interpretation of the card. So that's what I'm doing today. Oh, just as a by the by, could someone share into the mytimetv.live to for person, share into that one on my rosboundy page that I'm on. Actually, I'm not sure which ones I'm on. My rosboundy page, my rosboundy profile. Share into mytimetv.live because that's a regular destination that I couldn't put in this one this morning. So if you just share for them to pop over to my rosboundy page or profile or the YouTube even, doesn't matter. And I am on Twitch apparently. So just if one of you could share, that would be lovely. Thank you. Now, and Shaz, I know that you you know where the My Time TV page is. So with the tower represents the authorities, so it can also indicate isolation and loneliness as depicted there. So sometimes it's an indicator of a separation that's yet to come or of a long life. So above all, it can stand for a person in a leading position who has a lot of power or influence. So that's what we've got in our energy today. It's any of those um, key meanings, messages for you. What do you feel from the tower, even when you see it, is more important. But that's what the now who's written this one? It's actually from Regular Elizabeth Factor. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. So the author of this particular guidebook has suggested those ideas as to what the interpretation for tower may mean. Feel into what you feel. Do you feel lonely or do you feel like, gee, you've got the best view in the house at the top of the tower and beautiful, interesting things happening around you because they're actually like those, the dinosaur pterodactyl type things, not just pretty birds. It just feels to me like it's all of the ages being represented there. And I don't feel lonely when I see it, but it could be that you do feel isolated through your day to day. It's whatever it means for you when you're looking at it, all right? So what we've got then is we'll focus on the next one, which is going to be not today, but tomorrow. So what we've got here is card number 13. It is the child, and it's not real focused, is it? But anyway, it's the child card. It's the best that we can do with my button pressing today. So with the child, as you're looking at this, the child symbolises your own child. It stands for a new beginning, but it can also express that a matter is small or that a person has a childish, naive disposition. I love it. I think it's just so playful, this one. So furthermore, it can stand for children, teenagers, your daughter, your lady lover, or a young woman. So that's the other interpretations this may be. I love the fact it's got a little pixie fairy there as well. And there's another one flying through the air towards her on a swing. Look at that one that's up there playing on the branch. I think it's a gorgeous card. So and Caitlin, you've mentioned lonely reminds me of the song Let It Go in Frozen the movie. I love that song. Those words are spot on. I actually haven't taken notice of that song of Let It Go because I learned a different one in a singing group that I'm in. That's Let It Go, Let It. Now I can't remember it. That'll be right. I won't sing it to you, even if I do remember it. So here we go down now to Tuesday. There we go. We're going to the stork. Now, the stork is number 17, and it's got some little chicks there. Have a look at that. Or it's saying storks, plural in this one, because there is some chicks in the nest there. So the stork denotes change. This can be moving house or a new beginning. If it stands for a person, it symbolises a kind-hearted woman. So it's a very brief interpretation and definition, if you want to call it definition. I think it's just an interpretation. But that almost looks like a little baby or something elfy. I just can't quite see what that one actually is. It does look like one of those jelly baby things I used to eat as a child. They were called Chico babies. Probably not allowed to call them that anymore. They were chocolate. Yummy, yummy. Um, that actually looks like a chocolate mousse, like it's having am I thinking of food? I'm probably hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. Um, it is a little child in there, I think, just having a play. It's not the lottery type, but whatever you feel as you're looking at these cards, just feel into that energy of what's going to be in your day on Tuesday, all right? Keep in mind that's on Tuesday. And, oh, look, I used to love them. The later ones are not as nice, and you love those. Oh, hang on, I had that one up there. This is hard to aim for the right comment to show it up, I can tell you. Who cares what the original name is? But look, I think political correctness has gone overboard personally. So that's, part of the course as to what life brings in the changes that we have, though. Now, I'm going to try and focus on that, move that table away a bit so we can center our sun. So this is the sun card. So that was Tuesday. This one is Wednesday. So on Wednesday, what you're going to have, it's the card 37, 31 or 37? No, it'd be 31. There's only 36 cards in a Lenormand deck in the original. So change my little booklet. The booklet's not that easy to turn the pages being so small. So here we go. 31 is the sun. This is a very positive card. So it stands for success, energy, willpower, and optimism. When asked if something will succeed, this card should always be interpreted as a positive reply. And it is that it's an Egyptian style, the more Arabic type styling of the picture, and including the camels and the pyramids. So it's a beautiful card. I love the energy in this, and it's just the sun does bring that smiley, happy feeling with it when you see it in a card. That's in the ones that I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen an angry sun or something that really puts a negative on it. It obviously is a positive card. So by Wednesday, you're going to really feel that movement forward, the persistence and keeping on type of thing, like camels do and all the rest, because the camel, it does also depict that type of energy as well, even in the Curiosity tea card spread cards. Camel is a persistence. It's continuity and keeping on. So with the sun energy, it's going to just really bring and shine that energy into it by Wednesday. Now we're going to move over to the lady. Card 29, that's pretty easy to see, that number. Flip it back. So this card does represent the woman asking the questions. If you're a woman, or the feminine side of what you're wanting to ask, it's there for the person card for a woman when you're actually choosing the one to use, and that in the tarot you'd call it a significator. But in the grand tableau, if that was there and you're a woman, you'd choose your focus being this card first. So if the person asking the question is a man, the card symbolises your present or future partner. So the woman he feels closest to, in fact. So it's a beautiful, it's a very beautiful card in its depiction. A very interesting pet to have there is the pig. I only just noticed that. And down here, it's got a gorgeous little sun itself, so it's next door to it. So we've got another way of continuity here with the sun moving into the Thursday being focused on the feminine. And if you're a man, it's going to be, take notice of the women around you. There might be one that is your future partner or whatever. Depends on what your situation is as you're moving through your life, okay, and through your day. Now that is, remember, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now we're going to move to Friday card is this one here, that is the anchor. Now, that anchor card, you can only just see it's a 35. So move that one over. A very short description. I love the pelican. Pelicans have been part of my younger life because we lived at Meningie Lake Albert. Pelicans definitely a feature of that location because it's a lake. The anchor definitely with sailing and all the rest that I experienced as a young'un. And here we are with the anchor. It stands for work, job, training, and stability. So if you have questions regarding your work and your job, look at the cards around it, and that's with the Grand Tableau. What it's meaning for our Friday then is by the end of next week, things will be anchored in. You'll feel that stability. There's going to be a good steadying day there. And it almost feels like there will be some forms of completion ready for, you know, finishing off the week, ready for that next weekend that is going to be, and have a look at our Saturday, next Saturday. And I've got to move the table back down again just a bit. Oh, the mice. Look at the mice. Now, I know that from most of these guidebooks interpretations, the mice card 23, it's a bit hard to see because my light from the window is fading that out a little bit. Lacking distinction, so here, and definition. So here we go with the mice. Now, it's not too bad a card. I think it's quite cute. Not quite the same as the Gilded Reverie, though. They're just there, gorging on the cheese. We don't see any of the others around the other shelves or anything. It's just, here's the block of cheese, let's go for it. So the mice bring about loss, sorrows, and theft. So if the card lies next to a person card, something nagging at you. If it's in combination with the 8, oh, this is the combination. So you really don't need to know the rest. But ultimately in this one, it can also stand for a thief. So by the Saturday, it really is, and I still see it as, there's resources around and about us. There's things that we do have that we can take advantage of in this case, gorging, eating, make use of what is around and about. But I think it's also the reminder, definitely first, ask for permission. Don't just go in and take things that are not within your realm of owning it. Make sure that you are in your correct rights to have whatever that resource is, that abundance, whatever is there. Don't just go in and steal it. Ask. Keep an eye out for others. What is surrounding you, who is surrounding you, what's happening around and about you. There could be someone that isn't asking and using what you have as your ownership, that type of thing. So there we go for the cards this morning in a very roundabout way, and trying out something different again, by necessity. I will be nutting out. You might see me again redoing in some form this elsewhere, just so that it's on the correct pages. I do like to have it on my mytimetv.live as a direct broadcast, so I may yet do that as well. So let's see. If you see it twice, you don't have to watch it twice. Okay. And there we go. So, Caitlin, you were saying you can only hope. Oh, I don't know what that's for. I do. The Friday card. Yes. Look, it's all wonderful energies around doing this in a weekly format. It's interesting. And this one will stand. Probably what I might do is just a daily cut, a different spread that I'll try to do by my Be Live studio that is specific for today. At least I've got something down for a week, and we'll see what we can play around with as far as those buttons go. And thank you so much for actually being here and sharing your time with me, and I really appreciate you being here, that I can share my time with you, is what I was going to say. So there we go. So thank you from Caitlin for doing the whole week reading. You love listening to me and watching my show. Oh, watching me. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. That's lovely. And for you, Shaz, as you are flying out, I'm going to try and find that comment there. Flying out soon. Have a lovely, safe flight back home, and that all things move smoothly for each and every one of your days today, and also for what's a week in your head. Ah, there you go. Good morning, Kim. So thank you. Back to your packing now. Oh, thank you. Have a wonderful time. I know it can be stressful doing all that, but it certainly brings an opportunity to clean out, clear and cleanse space that you're leaving, and also not pulling in all of that stuff into the next space as well. Clear and cleanse as you go. I still haven't done it. Each time I moved, there was a little bit less, but I still haven't done it in thoroughness. There's a lot out there in the shed still. In boxes, wrapped in spider webs, a few of them. we'll, we'll see. Enjoy your time and space for the next week. So, and safe travels from Caitlin to Shaz. Now I really do need to get a fresh coffee and have my brekkie. So, and Mum and I will be living next Wednesday. So you have got it. You have got it. You got confirmation. Oh, that's beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. So all looking good next door. Oh, wonderful. I think that's a thrill, isn't it? Oh, I bet you're so happy about that. Yes, wonderful. Okay, look, I'll leave it there. Keep being the best you. And if you see me popping up again after breakfast with the next installment of the day today energy around a single daily spread, I'll do the daily spread properly. So, yes. Yes, so exciting. Yes, isn't it? I think that's wonderful. And congrats from Caitlin to you, Kim, as well. Good, we'll show that one up. I think that's wonderful news. So, thank you. Until a bit later or tomorrow morning, hopefully on Be Live, but who knows? It's technology, and I do like pressing the buttons. So just keep doing the best you can, be the best you can, be you, and namaste until then. Now I've got to find where the end button is on this method of live streaming because I have no idea. So if I'm looking at the screen looking like I'm looking at things, I am up there. Thank you.